so that we have the maximum amount of people that are allowed on the floor, because AT&T Stadium has never seen anything like this before, for Jesus Christ and for God's glory.
Yeah, it's not football or monster trucks that'll bring a crowd to AT&T Stadium this weekend. It's going to be an event called Harvest America, featuring the guy you see on the screen and on the screen right now. Good morning to the man behind it, Pastor Greg Laurie of Harvest Christian Fellowship in California. You're hoping to fill the place with, this is not Grandma's tent revival though, right?
Well, I mean, if we were to, no, it is not. It's high tech, it's the best music on the planet. It is just all kinds of things happening simultaneously. But having said that, when you get down to what I'm really here to do, maybe it's a little bit like Grandma's tent revival, if you will, or to use a more current illustration, like a Billy Graham crusade.
Sure.
You know, my job is, I'm a delivery boy. You know, when I was a kid, Tim, I had a paper route. My job was not to write the news. It wasn't to make the news. It was to deliver the news. I got pretty good at throwing those papers, getting it right on the porch. Right. I had a cool Stingray bicycle with a stick shift, by the way, very nice. But, you know, that's still my job. I'm there to deliver the good news of the gospel in a simple, understandable way for people today.
Right, and you're getting a lot of help along the way with you know, other speakers and also some artists. Chris Tomlin, one of my favorites.
Yeah. Chris Tomlin, we have Crowder, we have some hip-hop artists, KB, Tadashi, and then we have Trip Lee, and we also have Phil Wickham and Switchfoot, a great rock band.
Yes.
So it's sort of a little something for everyone. So there's a little bit of method to that madness. So we wanted it to have an appeal to every kind of audience.
Beyond AT&T Stadium, a lot of people at churches and other places across the country are going to be streaming it and watching the event, because not everybody, unfortunately, can pack into AT&T Stadium.
Right.
But that's going to reach a much bigger audience as well. That's using technology to your advantage.
Yeah, it really is. You know, the last time we did this here, 2 years ago, we had 250,000 people watching it around the United States on what we call a host site. That could be a church, large or small, a rented theater. Some people set up screens in the middle of fields, and many watched it in their front rooms. We have actually more host sites this time than we did 2 years ago. And that's why we call it Harvest America instead of calling it Harvest Texas.
You have been, to get off the subject, which we'll get back onto in a moment, you've been a supporter of President Trump. And a lot of people look at evangelical leaders like you and say, don't you have some concerns about his behavior and his words and the language that he uses and the way he treats people? Yeah,
well, you know, our role is let me just say this. Any president that would ask me to come into the White House, into the Oval Office, and pray for him, I would gladly do this. If it had been President Obama, if it had been President Hillary Clinton, and that's our role. You know, our role is not political, it's pastoral. I'm not there to give him political advice. I'm there to be in a pastoral role. So this president has surrounded himself with a lot of very outspoken evangelicals. But, you know, we share things with him privately that maybe are not always out there in the public. I felt like, you know, if I had an issue with you, I'm not going to go out and tweet it. I'm going to talk to you personally as a friend. And so any advice or counsel we've given, and we offer it to the president, we do it off the grid, because our role, again, it's a pastoral role.
Has any of it stuck?
Well, look, I'll say this much. In his policies and certain things that he's done, you know, he has a lot of support in the evangelical community. I mean, I, for one, am very pleased with the decision to finally move the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, which so many other presidents promised to do. This president delivered, and I know that we're all praying. In fact, I signed a declaration with people across the aisle, this liberal, conservative, both theologically and politically, wishing the president and praying for success for the president in these negotiations with North Korea. So, you know, we pray for the person that's in power in our country.
Terrific. Harvest America coming up Sunday at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Gates open at 3:30, pre-concert 5:30, the event 6 until 8 p.m. And we have a link with more information on fox4news.com. It was wonderful meeting you.
Thanks. Nice to see you.